Hey folks, Dan Frio here with your closing bell for January 26th, 2026. So the Federal Reserve, they're going to come in one day. What are they going to do? I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. But look what happened to rates today. I didn't think they would go down, but they did. So what happened? Well, if you're a homeowner trying to refinance, or maybe you're a home buyer thinking, okay, if rates go down a little further, can I maybe buy a house? My goal is to come in and explain to you guys what in the heck's happening with those and why. So why did rates go down today? Well, if you look at the stock market, it had a pretty good day as well. So it's back to the Japanese markets. You're a little bit confused with this. Let me take you over to the markets real quick so I can show you what happened throughout today to make mortgage rates go down a little bit today. What do we think is going to go on tomorrow? I'll give you that at the end of this video. So let's get over to see what happened today. So I want to go over to this section right through here. Here's a former Fed official. Yes, he's probably a Wharton president or something like that, but he's going to come in and tell us what the Federal Reserve is going to do. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you what happened in the markets today and why, and it was good news for rates. So let's take it over to CNBC and see what the former Fed official has to say on what the Federal Reserve is going to do at this meeting and maybe in the future.
Yeah, you're right. They won't be doing anything on rates. The economy itself appears to be, for the most part, very strong. We're coming out of a very strong 2025 with the recent additional stimulus from tax cuts that were passed last year that take effect this year. There'll be a lot of demand created from that. And number three, I think you have to remember this is an election year, so there's going to be a lot of pressure on further stimulus. And I would remind people that when you look at real interest rates today, they're less than 1%. Number one, and number two, the Fed has re-engaged in quantitative easing at $40 billion a month. We'll see how long that lasts. But those are all very stimulative and put pressure on the economy growing more rapidly than some people think. And I would be very surprised if the Fed were to move at this point.
I'm going to have to agree with him. So we're talking about the January effect, the thing that I said a lot of manufacturers and companies that are selling stuff, they're going to have the ability to raise their prices in January and February. Here's why. The big, beautiful tax bill is giving you and me a little more money in our pocket on the stimulus checks or our refund checks. Okay, so that toppled on top of companies now able to pass over some of that tariff bumps in their pricing. We're going to see short-term inflation jumping up a little bit. And I'm expecting that in the inflationary numbers this week, but I'm really not expecting the Federal Reserve to do much of anything. But let's get over to the economic news we had for today that really came in and it actually shocked me. Look at how productive our economy is right now. So here's what I want you to see. These are the numbers that kind of skated under the radar this morning. Core durable goods and durable goods. This is core that strips out some components, but let's just look at durable goods orders month over month. Last reading was a -2. It was supposed to go all the way up to 3. It went to 5. And then if you look at the Atlanta GDP, it's running at 5.4%. Fantastic numbers. So now you're thinking, okay, the Federal Reserve's watching these things right through here. They're watching inflation. They're watching jobs and all this other stuff. Well, the productivity in the economy is killing it right now. It's now jumped over 5%. So now they're looking at these things saying, okay, what do we expect next? Well, I'm going to say that inflation is going to tick up a little bit more and more and more. So the Federal Reserve is going to look at that and say, okay, that's going to be the culprit. We can't cut rates. But then they're also going to look at the jobs market saying, okay, this isn't falling off a cliff. So now they're going to say, okay, the jobs market's good. Inflation's still higher than 2% and continuing to go up. The best news is we're just going to sit here and do nothing. We could also maybe start increasing rates. I don't think they're going to do that. It's actually going to help mortgage rates a little bit and actually kind of stabilize the markets right now. So my expectations with all this, there's nothing going to happen. Okay, so let's get over to what happened today right through here. Here's what the markets happened. They loved some of the news that came down the pike. They loved all this other news. And also across the board, it's almost a Cinderella story. We got the Dow Jones, the S&P, and the NASDAQ all up. We got the Russell down just a little bit. I do have some money in there, and I was wondering why it's down today when the Dow Jones is up 300. We got the VIX also down as well. This is the anxiety levels on Wall Street. As long as this is in the teens, we're okay there. And let's get over to see how oil did for the day. Down. It is down $60. We loving it. It needs to stay at 60 or 60 and below. That helps inflation tremendously. And then the Bitcoin, the cryptocurrencies, they're doing pretty darn well as well. So across the board, looking like a pretty darn good day. So the markets were mostly up. We have mortgage rates mostly down, but over the next few days, there's going to be some uncertainties what the Federal Reserve is going to do. Let me tell you what I think they're going to do. So if you're looking to maybe refinance right now and you're saying, okay, does it make sense? Because most likely, probably, the Federal Reserve is going to cut rates maybe down the road and mortgage rates are going to get better. Well, it could happen, but wonder if it doesn't. So if you're trying to figure out, does it make sense to refinance? Do me a favor, go to therateupdate.com, put your mortgage information right up in that section that says RateWatch 2.1. Put in the rate that you'd like to refinance and even how much money per month you'd like to save. If either trigger hits, I'll call you, I'll text you, I'll email you. We don't sell the data. I'm going to track these things for you so you don't miss it. But if you're looking to buy down the road, maybe you're looking to build, what should you do? Well, subscribe over there so you can understand how mortgage rates work. And then we also have a new tool right behind my head, and I'm going to move myself. Hey, yes, we're going to float across the screen. Right behind me is a new tool right through here that we want to introduce to you, and it's right through there. If you have any questions when it comes to mortgage relations and underwriting and all this other stuff, please check it out right over through here, a new tool that we just came out and it launched this today. But if you're a homeowner, we give you the tools there. If you're a home buyer looking to buy, where I think rates are going to go, I don't really think the Federal Reserve is going to do anything at this meeting or the meeting after that or even the meeting after that. So I'm saying that these are going to stay in my range of 5.875 to 6.25. Now, it depends on what your credit score is, how much money you're putting down. All these things affect these things over here. So if you want to find out what exactly your rate you would qualify for, join me every Wednesday, and right up through here I'll have a link where we go over and we show you behind the scenes of what actually we do. So let me explain to you who I am and what I do. I'm actually a loan officer. I'm licensed in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico, and I've been doing this for over 35 years. If you need help, if you're looking to refinance or buy, I'd love to help. Okay, the other thing is I'm blessed because the bank I work at, they provide me a license in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. It's fantastic. The other thing they did is they went out there and they got themselves set up with over 30 other lenders. So when you call in, when you put in your application, what we're going to do is we're going to get you approved, and then we're going to look over 30 other lenders to make sure you're getting the lowest rate and the lowest fees in the market. And that's how we do what my slogan is: one application, one credit pool. We're going to compare your loan with over 30 different lenders, and you can use yours truly during this whole process. So thanks for watching. God bless. Have a fantastic evening. Stay warm out there, folks. And I'll be back tomorrow morning at the opening bell to help explain a little bit more to you guys what next going on with those and why. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow. And also watch us live Wednesday when the Federal Reserve comes out and tells us what they're actually going to do.